Live from the Alamo City with your host, Bridget Smith, featuring Eileen Tevis, Paul Morellis, Kim Spradlin. This is Great Day SA.
Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Welcome to our 31st Mi Casa Makeover. Not long ago, we asked you to help us find deserving families whose homes needed a makeover. And boy, did we get a lot of entries. Look what I got!
Let's get started. We got a lot of work to do.
So listen to this one. It says here, I don't know how to say it, but I really need Ken Spy's help.
And she hasn't been able to do any other repairs that the house needs, so it's got foundation problems, windows, doors that don't close properly, cracks on the walls and ceilings.
She says here, I'm living from paycheck to paycheck, so I can't fix anything. The cabinetry is falling apart.
I mean, this really illustrates the problems, doesn't it?
Yeah, this really does. And take a look at this. I saw the ceiling here.
So this is an interesting one, guys. The house needs a lot of attention. The kids don't know that the house needs work because he makes the house a home. These are good kids. They've received scholarships. They're on the honor roll. They make their dad proud, but obviously this is a house where a lot of work is needed and they need help. Oh my goodness, so many entries.
So hard to only choose one.
Yeah, so we've narrowed it down to 5, and I think we've got our one.
Yeah.
I love that story.
We all agree, right?
Kim, it may be time for you to go to deliver that surprise.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the
This is
look on
gonna
their
be
face when we
good.
tell them.
It's gonna be good.
It's awesome.
Ready?
Yes.
Well, now that we had all of our mail sorted out, Kim headed to meet a few of our Mi Casa sponsors down the road.
We are super excited.
We're excited.
We're ready for him to see his surprise and say hello in a few moments, but it's good. We're excited.
So you've seen the house one time. You've got your work cut out for you, yeah?
We do. It's the biggest Mi Casa Makeover ever as far as the size of the house. So the team's prepared, assembled, and we're going to go get this thing done.
The woman who wrote our submission letter for Herbert Cobb, Wanda Hurd. How are you feeling right now?
I'm actually pretty excited for him. I think he's a worthy candidate.
Well, he has an incredible story, and thank you for sharing it with us.
It turns out our Mi Casa Makeover winner has a family tradition. Everyone gathers around the table for dinner on Friday nights. I think you know where we're going with this. It's time for the big surprise.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Is this the Cobb household?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, here we go. Are you Herbert Cobb?
Yes, ma'am.
Herbert Cobb, I'm Kim Spradlin from Great Day SA on Kim's Vibe.
You are the recipient of the 31st Mi Casa Makeover. We're getting ready to take care of your house, man.
How you feeling? Overwhelmed? We're all so excited to be here. So excited to tell you you're the Mi Casa winner.
Take a moment.
He's such an amazing father.
That's what we're hearing. He's an amazing man.
He works so hard, and I mean, look at his legacy, and he deserves this.
My dad is my everything. He's the backbone. You know, when my mom passed away, he was there for us regardless. And when I lost my son, he was there, and you know, he continues to make sure he's in our lives, and he's just a strong-willed, God-fearing man. I mean, everything I am is a chip off the block from what he's taught me.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my children. They've been my backbone. They're saying that I have been there for them. They've been here for me.
I cannot believe we've already made it to our 31st Mi Casa Makeover show. And at the heart of it is the family. It's time to get to know Herbert a little bit better.
Well, we were married. We got married in '78. After the odd dues were exchanged, that's when she told me I wanted 10 children. I said, well, you know, you should have told me that before.
I was going to say, Herbert, did you want a family that size?
Not really. I said, you should.
You would have been good at what number?
I said I would have been good at 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Kind of surprised me. Why would you want 10 children? And she says, I want 5 girls and 5 boys. Wow. She had the names all picked out, and just as she said, that's exactly what happened. Great mother. She, the first priority in our lives was our children. She was awesome. excuse me. We homeschooled. She homeschooled the kids. She was awesome. There was, in the 28 years that we were married, I can probably count on one hand that the arguments that we had.
So I got a chance to talk with your dad, and to me, he seems like an amazing person. I want to know what you guys think is amazing about being in this family.
Friday dinners will have to be one.
Yeah.
We
How
gotta.
did that start, by the way? Is that just something you guys have always done?
We've done it since we've been kids. My mom, she started doing that, and that's just a time after you get off of work, you come over and eat, kind of decompress from your whole week, and then just, have your fellowship with your brothers and sisters, and, but at that moment, any jokes come out, you're gonna laugh, you may cry sometimes, but it's all out of love.
I think your mom would be proud for this moment.
Definitely. Yes,
What do you think? Do you think that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
She would be happy to see the family still together, still connected.
It was oftentimes said that she never met a stranger, because everybody that she met, they knew her and they gravitated towards her, and she was just awesome. I would always tell her that she wasn't the blessed one, I was the one that was blessed.
She was diagnosed.
She had breast cancer.
She had breast cancer for how many years?
I believe it was about 6 months. To me, personally, it was just a horrible time at that point, because I was helpless. I couldn't do anything. The doctors couldn't do anything, and I couldn't do anything other than continue to love her like I had done before. She passed away in June of 2005. Probably the worst time in my life. To be quite frank with you, it didn't really matter to me whether I lived or died. It didn't matter. My aunt had sent me a book, and I took the book and I put it on the bookshelf, which was across the room. And I took a shower, and as I was taking the shower, well, I knew the kids were asleep, but I heard something hit the door. And as I got out of the shower, I opened up the door, and that book that I put on the bookshelf was at the foot of the door, but it was opened. And when I picked it up and I read, it said, the part that I read was that we are his workmanship in Christ. And when I read that, I laid down. I'll never forget it, just like it happened yesterday, but I laid back down in the bed, and like the room illuminated. It just illuminated, and I didn't see anything. It was just an illumination. But that morning when I got up, I had during that time, they kept saying, you've got to go on. You've got 10 reasons to go on. You've got to go on. And that morning when I got up, it was like it was like I stepped out of this body and was placed into another one. One that was more gung-ho, one that knew the purpose, one that had a purpose and had to fulfill it. I've made it this far. Even when I had the heart attack, my oldest son, when I had the heart attack, I just kind of threw my hands up and kind of gave up a little bit. And what inspired me was my oldest son came into the room, and I saw him crying. And when I saw him crying, I said, I can't go out like this, Lord. I've got to stand for them. And in my mind, I said, well, they just lost their mom, and now they think that I'm about to leave. I said, don't let this happen. And I'm here. But my oldest son, when I saw him crying, that inspired me to get up and continue going on. Hey, Dad, you okay? You're gonna make it. They kept saying, you're gonna go on.
Yes, a lot of things have changed in the Cobb family. This home has seen a lot of change too. It's time for our friend Mike Robert from You Build It to give us some insight into the places where this home has seen a lot of wear and tear.
I think we ought to really start in the heart of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And the heart of the house is always the kitchen.
Right.
That's where people gather and have fun. And we know you're famous for your Friday evening gatherings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to make these real special for you very shortly.
Wow.
We really want to have a great time and have this be a very inviting space for you. So tell me a little bit about the kitchen that you've got right now.
Well, everything in here is just the original, the cabinets and the floor, and it really needs to be changed out.
Absolute little facelift, if you will.
Yes.
So some of the obvious signs of that degradation and that wear and tear, if you will, is obviously the cabinet hinges have gotten pretty soft on us, and then of course we've got some cabinet doors missing. Just over time that happens. Let's move into the heart of the house over here now with the dining room and living room, and tell me a little bit more about that. Well, we're back in the dining room where I first met you, so tell me a little bit about how special this space is for you.
Very special. This is where we have our Friday dinners, and everybody gathers here and on a Friday, and pretty much every time my grandkids come in there, of course they're always eating, so they always gather here also.
Well, good. I know when we first walked in and met you and the entire family, you had a big gathering going on and dinner was going on, and you could sense that family spirit and what you've done with the kids. One of the things I'd like to maybe address is the door over here. Tell me a little bit about the sliding door and its use. Are you using that at all?
Not at all.
I've got some neat ideas I'm kind of thinking about. It's a little surprise for you, but
I hate that sliding glass door.
Okay. Well, you know, we're in the living room now. Nice warm space in the house.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about this and what you got going on here.
After we have our family meals, we come in here and we talk and end up with a prayer, and everybody goes home. But this area is an area that all of the family frequents.
Tell me about the fireplace a little bit here. It looks like it hasn't been used in quite some time.
We haven't used it. I don't know why, but no, we haven't used it in some time.
Well, I'm thinking what I would like to do is maybe kind of revitalize that space for you. I think that open flame and that warmth from the fire kind of adds that whole family vibe and that sitting around time together. So I think we're going to try to move a few things around and get this back to probably better than new, frankly. I think I've got a couple ideas here we're going to have a good time with. The master bath. Kind of where you start your every day after prayer, right?
Right.
Let's talk about this space, because I think it needs a little help, don't you?
Oh yeah, it needs a lot of help.
Yeah. The whole team has already been in here before, and we've got some great ideas for you. I think you are going to be blown away at this particular space. Your master bath is going to transform immensely in the next 60 days or so, so it's going to be fun.
All right.
We're looking forward to having you coming back in here.
I'm looking forward to
seeing your
coming back.
face. It's going to be good. Some of the things I've noticed throughout the house, you've got a lot of degradation of the original foam insulation here in the door jambs. We've got daylight in, we've got obviously air blowing in, bugs being able to penetrate. We've got a little bit of damage here from the dog, chewing and excited to come see you at the end of every evening. So we're going to replace all this and clean this up, but we really want to make sure we reseal the house super tight. I know CPS has already done their blower door test, and the before and after results are usually dramatic. It's going to be awesome. Well, Albert can too with CPS Energy is going to give you kind of a walk around later and tell you exactly how that's dialed in and how much more energy you're going to be able to save with all of your utilities here in the future. So not only are you going to get that fresh makeover, you're also going to have better utility and energy bills based on how we reseal the house, and the science behind that really comes from CPS Energy and those folks over there. So I look forward to you having that meeting with Albert.
Yes.
Mike Robert with You Build It shares some details on what you need to know when making additions to your home. Welcome to our new tip segment, Mi Casa, Su Casa.
Hey folks, this is Mike Robert with You Build It, and just one little fact and a couple tips that we're going to talk to you about now. We're actually in Herbert's garage. This garage was converted a few years back because he has 10 kids and they needed a place to stay. But this was done so poorly and just not done to code. You've got to be so careful if you're going to renovate a space. This space is truly unsafe. Let's look over here at the windows. They're not big enough. They don't meet proper egress code. So it's very dangerous if this is a sleeping space. It's critical that you have proper egress and the proper alarm items in here, like a smoke detector and things. And this was just done very quickly and haphazardly. So when we're talking about getting things done right, one of the things is making sure that you seal the exterior of the house. Let's look down here. We're still in the garage, and you can see all of the cobwebs and the bugs that are still getting in because of the air draft. I can actually feel it, even though they've tried to come back in and reseal this area with a can of spray foam. I can still feel a little draft here. This was just never completed properly, and you can see all the dust that's blown in and all the debris from outside is sticking, just literally sticking to the walls because of all the bugs and the cobwebs here. You've got to have a good seal to the ground. You've got to have a good seal to that concrete with a good base plate and some sill seal, so you don't have to come back in and do all this additional foam work like this that never seems to work quite right anyways. You know, I tell people all the time that if you don't have the time to do it right the first time, how can you do it twice? So we want to make sure we do it right the first time every time.
It's time to check in with one of our new sponsors on board. Herbert met with Martin Bamba from Window World.
Well, good afternoon, Herbert. It's good to be back out here.
Yes.
Last time we were here, we were having some pizza. We were having some good fellowship.
Yes, we were.
Met the family.
Yes, we were.
What a great family you have. I want to say that right off the bat. I want to let you know how happy Window World is to be a part of this Mi Casa Makeover and what we're going to be doing for you and your family and your home. And of course, our part in this is going to be the siding and the windows. And when walking around and doing the initial assessment of your house, the first thing that we notice is, of course, your siding could use a little work, right?
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take this old pressboard siding that's been accumulating moisture and acting like a sponge. Stuff should have been illegal from the day one.
Right.
But what we're going to be doing is we're going to take this off the home completely. And one of the reasons we're taking it off is because underneath there, when the builder built this home, they didn't put any decking on your home. So your press board, essentially a cardboard-like siding, is nailed directly to the studs and doesn't have any backing whatsoever, any structural integrity. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to remove all of this press board siding. And once we do that, we're going to go back up with brand new decking, okay, which is going to give us a good substrate to put our new siding product on. We're going to be using a high-quality premium vinyl siding that's going to give you a brand new, crisp, beautiful new look, and it's going to look that way for years to come. Our goal is to give you as maintenance-free an exterior on your home as we possibly can. Now that's going to include your siding, that's going to include trim around all of your windows, that's going to include your soffit and your fascia, and it's all going to be finished out in a lifetime maintenance-free product. So we want to take these old energy-robbing windows, put them in the dump where they belong, get you some brand new energy-efficient windows. Let's take a look at that, okay? The aluminum frames have oxidized and have turned this dingy color. They weren't that color when they started, I guarantee you that. You've got fogging going on in the windows where the seal has failed and the windows are fogging up. And then you also have leakage points all the way around the windows where at some point they were caulked, but that caulk has eventually failed and they haven't been recaulked. So you've got air infiltration going around all of these points. You've got air infiltration going around the window where there's poor weather stripping. And you have windows that are not real easy to see through and really don't do justice to the front of a home. These windows were put in when the home was built.
Right.
What year was this home built?
1985.
There was nothing energy efficient about windows in 1985, I'm here to tell you. Insulated windows had just come into existence. They had not quite gotten down the science of what a good dead air space is. Really, truly efficient low-E glass was not even thought of at that time. So things have changed a lot since then. Aluminum was the material of choice. Now vinyl is the window material of choice. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these old aluminum windows, we're going to take them out, we're going to collapse the frames, can get rid of those. We're going to put in some brand new, high quality Window World vinyl windows. And we are looking forward to getting started.
Thanks, Martin. We sure can't wait to see what Window World does for Herbert's home. Well, there are things that we don't get to see during these home makeovers. I'm glad Albert Cantu with CPS Energy stuck around to take us through the home. He found a few things here and there on our handy Mi Casa Cam.
Hey guys, it's Albert Cantu. This is the Mi Casa Cam. One of the first things I thought was, he's got high energy bills, right? But he's got 1, 2, 3 refrigerators in the kitchen. One of them, of course, being a freezer. Now, here's the great thing about this. Sounds weird, but it is. It's great. It's actually inside the home, which is a lot better place to keep your refrigerator. If you're going to have extra refrigerators, it should be in a climated space. You definitely don't want to stick something like this in a garage because it will use up more energy, because obviously you're trying to keep it 0 degree here and it's 120 degrees in the garage. You don't want that. If you take a look here, the handle was taken off, but you can clearly see outside. I don't know if you can get an angle of that, but you can see the air coming in here. And then right up here on top, all of the old caulking is just coming undone. So this is an opportunity for more air to come right into this house. And again, this is what makes the house more uncomfortable, and it also makes your air conditioning system react to it. So it's going to cause your system to work harder, longer, resulting in a larger energy bill. Don't want that.
Want to win a KENS 5 Mi Casa Makeover? Here's how you enter. Log on to KENS5.com and complete an application. Then email us your story and photos to applymicasa@KENS5.com. Stay with us. This 31st Mi Casa Makeover show is coming back.
Just know you're not alone.
Welcome back to our 31st Mi Casa Makeover show. The Cobb residence has seen its fair share of how life can shift in a moment. As for the home's foundation, well, that seems to be shifting too. Our friend Frank from Due West Foundation talked with Herbert.
Mr. Cobb, thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very much for letting me run around your house and take
Thank
a
you.
look at it and take elevations. The telltale signs that I did see when I was walking around in your house was you had some ghost doors. Everything was opening towards the back of the house, which is that's where it's down.
Oh, okay.
Also, you had some cracks that are going up, and they're diagonal cracks. When you see diagonal cracks, it's telling me the direction of the house is sinking. When you see straight line cracks, which a lot of people do in Texas, that means the foundation has actually lifted up, which is causing your tape joints to split apart. Also, if there's a door and you have to keep moving the striker plate, that's a big indication that there's foundation problems. If a door, or a window, if you look at it and it's tilted, that's going to show there. Also, if you can't open a window, that's a big telltale
Or it
sign.
doesn't stay open.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Those are very big signs that there's a foundation issue with your home.
Okay.
Typically what happens with foundation movement is the soils in Texas range from 4 different types. You got brown and black gumbo, you got red caliche and brown caliche. And what happens is during the different seasons, the soils will shrink and swell. And when it does that, it will compact the soils. And when it does that, either the foundation will come back up where it's supposed to be or it will go back down. And usually it goes down, and that's when foundation repairs needs to be done.
So with the rain and then the sun coming and drying it up, that's
what causes a lot of the problems, yes, sir. You're seeing a little bit down here where you got some cracking in the mortar. Then you can walk back here a little bit and see some over here also.
Okay.
Also, over here in your driveway, you're seeing some of the cracking down there.
Yes, sir.
Now, I took elevations inside, and it shows me that the back of your house is moving, and you got a little bit of movement on this side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put pilings underneath the ground, underneath your grade beams, and lift it back up and bring it back up so it's all flat. So when the rest of the cosmetic work is done, everything is done plumb with the house.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
So that would just make it even then?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We're bringing everything back to its original location.
Oh, okay.
As with all homes in South Texas, foundation can become unstable, which means we've got to get with our plumber, Already Plumbing. He was on standby to help us get to the bottom of our piping problems.
Mr. Herbert, hi.
Hi, how are you
Nice to
doing?
meet you, sir. I am doing great, sir. As walking through your bathroom, I am seeing things that need to be replaced, need to be brought up to date. Can you share with me on a lot of the things that do need replacing, that do need work on?
Oh yes, it's everything in here is the original. It came with the house, and the tub. I don't really use the tub. My wife used the tub a lot, but I use the shower, which is pretty much outdated, and the sink area is outdated. So I haven't had very many issues as far as leaking and plumbing, and it's just needs to be brought up to code.
I get you. So it's more replacing the old and bringing in the new.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's exactly
okay.
what it is. Yes.
Okay, yeah, because it does look to me like if that shower needs to be gutted out and replaced completely.
Yes.
The floor was like rotted out, and it looks to me like we need to do some replacing the wood down there and relocating the toilet a little bit to the left to give you more room for your laboratory sink.
With the kids using the bathroom up there, there had been a couple of water leaks, and we thought we had gotten it up and there was no residual problems from it, but obviously it was. So, but yeah, we definitely need some work up there.
And then you do got your sink, which would need to be replaced and brought up to code. It's a little bit low. Do you think that it'd be better if we were to raise it up?
Yes, it would be. It's
So-
like a giraffe trying to get some water.
Drink some water. So that'd be great.
To bring
Lifting
it
up some,
yes,
right?
it
Lifting
sure
up some.
would.
Like that would be better on your back as well.
Yeah, oh yes,
And,
yes.
be
Yeah,
more
not as young as I used to be, so yeah, I got to have a little mercy on my back.
I hear you. I hear you. Awesome. So that sounds like something that we might tackle as well. We would like to see the final product at the very end. Alrighty?
I'm sure it'll be great. I'm
Yes,
sure
sir.
it'll be
No
great.
problem.
Wow, Herbert's bathroom sure has seen better days. Albert Cantu takes us for a behind-the-scenes look. He's got the Mi Casa cam. Albert?
Hey guys, Albert Cantu again here with the Mi Casa Cam. We are in Herbert's bathroom. Take a look here. This is a restroom, and this is something I've never heard of, but it's carpet in a restroom. Not a good idea, as you can see. This is a place where you've got taking hot showers, lots of steam in here. That means that this carpet is going to trap a lot of that moisture in there. That gives it an opportunity to grow bacteria and things like that. So you definitely don't want carpet in the restroom. If you even think about putting carpet in the restroom, get ready, because it's going to be a bad thing for you. So definitely gotta have to get this carpet out of here. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to take a look inside this little shower, this walk-in shower. Oh gosh. Okay, take a look. There is obviously some mold issues in here. This bathroom, what's great about it is that it does have a window, so it's a good idea to open up that window. Allows a lot of that moisture to come out. But when you don't do it, this is the result here. You start getting a lot of moisture building up, and a lot of mold starts to grow. And so this obviously is a tear down and put something completely new. So this is not only is it not it's not a good sight, or it's unsightly to look at, but it's also not good for your health as well. So we definitely want to make sure Herbert and the rest of his family are living in a house that's not only beautiful and energy efficient, but one that's also healthy as well.
Welcome back to our 31st Mi Casa Makeover show. Just a day before our big surprise for Herbert, he had a surprise of his own. His AC unit went out, and just in time for Kennel County to get things cooler for those hot summer San Antonio months.
So Herbert, one of the things that I did is I measured your entire house so that we can do a proper load calculation to verify that the air conditioning is the right size for this particular home. But before I go through some of the things that I found, would you kind of bring us up to date on what happened just over the last couple of days?
Oh gosh, the compressor went on the air condition, so it's been kind of hot a little bit uncomfortable, but not too bad.
Well, especially as much humidity as we've had.
Yes.
The nice thing is that you do have a nice 3.5-ton Trane heat pump air conditioning system. It's 13 years old, so
yes, it is.
You know, it's kind of that time. In fact, it's a little bit past the national average life of the system. But what I did was, once we went around and checked out the entire home, we came up with a few things that we think that are really going to help you. Can you tell us a little bit about your utility bills?
In the summer, it averages about $300, and in the winter, probably about $200, $250.
Okay, very good. Well, so the national average is that the heating and cooling portion of your utility bill is around 60 to 65%. So the great news is you are going to install a new high-efficiency Trane air conditioning system, so you're really going to see those utility bills come down. We want to put that technology in here so your system is actually going to run more than your old system did, but your utility bills are going to be lower because of it.
Wow.
Makes sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Fantastic.
Makes a lot of sense.
We're going to come through here and not only change out the indoor unit as well as the outdoor unit, we're also going to change out all of your grills in here and even give you a nice high definition programmable thermostat as well. So you're going to have total control over your indoor air environment. So Herbert, one of the things that we notice, particularly on two-story houses, is that you can have hot and cold spots throughout the house. Did you experience any of that?
Yeah, the top here, the upper portion of the house was generally a little warmer than the bottom.
Okay.
It, especially during the hottest part of the day, it got a little hot up here.
I bet.
And of course, during the winter, didn't have very many problems during the winter, but during the summer, it was rather kind of toasty up here.
An air conditioning system, a lot of people think we throw cold air into a house. We really don't. What we do is we remove the heat, and what's left is cold.
Oh, okay.
So the colder that we can make that indoor evaporative coil, the better, because we can remove more humidity out of the airflow.
Wow. That's awesome.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
We're really looking forward to getting this thing working for you.
And I'm looking forward to y'all getting it working for us.
Right on. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir.
Steve had a bit more to share with homeowners when it comes to keeping your AC running more efficiently. Here's another Mi Casa, Su Casa tip.
Okay guys, so one of the things that I do whenever I come into a home like this is I inspect the indoor, the outdoor, look around at the duct system and so forth. One of the things that I'd really like to talk to you about is what we see right here. Now this is a return air grill, and all of the air that is cooled and heated in your home has to go through this grill and then come back up through here. Right inside here is where the filters are. When you're starting to see a buildup of dirt and debris on these return air grills, it's really kind of past time to change out your air conditioning filter. Another thing, by the way, is that when those filters aren't being changed, another byproduct of that is that you're also going to see dirt around the supply grills as well. There's a lot of dirt and debris that starts to accumulate over the supply grills. And anytime that you see that coming through there, that's another indicator that your filter really needs to be changed. It's also an indicator that it's not properly sealed around there. Make sure that your filters are being cleaned at least once a month. It will extend the life of your equipment and it'll give you better indoor air comfort in your home.
Thanks, Steve. Albert Cantu with CPS also has a few suggestions. Let's check in on our Mi Casa Cam.
Hey guys, Albert Cantu here with the Mi Casa Cam. I want to show you something. Take a look here. This is the air return for Herbert's system, air conditioning system. But take a look. There's all this debris that's caked up on here. This is really important to make sure that you're vacuuming this and keeping it clean. But this also tells me that a lot of that dirt and debris has probably gone into the filter. So I pulled Herbert's filter here and take a look at this. It's dirty, but it's not too bad. But one of the things you want to do is if you have allergy problems, you definitely want to look for a filter that's higher rated, which means that it's going to filtrate much better. This is not good for him. This is not good for the family. Again, we want to make sure that the house is very healthy as well. So if you're looking for filters, definitely check out Home Depot. They got some great filters in their stores. But you want to make sure that you go in that's higher rated because it's going to do filtration much better for you.
Welcome back to our 31st Mi Casa Makeover show. We took a walk around Herbert's home with our good friends from Atlas Floors Carpet One. And boy, we sure do need a flooring fixer-upper in this home.
All right, Herbert, here we are in your kitchen. We did a little tour through your home, and I noticed a lot of problem areas in regards to flooring and tile work. Do you want to go through some of those with me real quick?
Sure. I know that the tile here, especially in the kitchen, it needs to be replaced. It's just wear and tear.
Yes.
Where it's been here for so long.
That's what it looks like. You know, we're on vinyl right here, and you can see where there's just been some holes and things. It's probably the original vinyl to the house, but we can put something down that's going to be not only functional but pretty. And behind us, I see that you don't even have a backsplash, and to me, that is like a blank canvas. A backsplash not only is going to be a focal point that is going to be beautiful, but it's also going to be easier to clean because when we put a tiled surface on there, you won't get marks and things like that, and when you do, you just wipe them right off. I also see in the living area an entry where you got some laminate installed, and they did a good job, but it's also seen its share of wear and tear. There aren't any transitions down, which aren't protecting the edges, so you see some of the chipping and things like that. Laminate's a great floor, but if you don't have that edge protection, it is going to wear. So we'll get something nice, durable down there. And then upstairs, looks like you have carpet in the bedrooms, in the staircase, hallways, everything upstairs. But it's seen its better days.
Yes, it's old.
yeah, and you know, carpet is not a lifetime floor, so you know, every 10 to 20 years, it's a good idea to change it. So we'll get something good in there, and then also the bathrooms. We've got a few bathrooms in the house that we're going to be doing the tile work in, but specifically your master bathroom. I want to go there next because I saw some very big issues in there.
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay, so here we are in your master bathroom, and immediately I notice we've got some carpet down, and you know, this is one of my big pet peeves. I don't know why some builders put carpet down in the bathroom because carpet is a soft surface, and in wet areas, that's just a big no-no. It's not going to last a long time with wet feet trafficking on. I see where you've done some. You've pulled some up yourself. It must have just been you gotten too nasty to the point where
it held moisture and
So I hear you. So that's my immediate thing. Take this carpet out and replace it with the hard surface. And then as far as your bathroom and shower setup, you've got a nice setup here. This is great. You've got a nice jacuzzi tub that you could put here. You've got your shower. The tile just needs some updating. So what I'm excited to do is use your current layout, but really adds some flair to it and make it beautiful to where you can come in here and you know, really enjoy the space.
Okay.
Thanks, Billy. Now that we've got our floors furnished, I think it's time we talk about home furnishings. I caught up with Ashley Furniture in the heart of the home to see what decorative ideas they have.
Well, I really feel like furniture is one of the most special parts of the makeover because you want it to be comfortable and inviting. You want it to feel like home. And we go to our friends at Ashley Furniture, Jennifer Casanova. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and thank you for being back on board with Mi Casa.
Well, we're very honored to be part of this project.
Absolutely. Now listen, when we think of great furniture, we think of Ashley. Tell me a little bit about Ashley and why it's so special.
Well, first of all, Ashley Home Store is one of the biggest names in furniture. There are hundreds of stores all over the United States, and we're the largest licensee of Ashley Home Stores. So, I mean, what can we say? We provide great furniture that also serves a great purpose. So that's what we're here to do today.
So for every room, there's comfort, there's style, there's anything really much that you want.
Anything that would really suit your needs, from traditional to newer age type things. Anything that we can provide, I mean, should be able to suit anyone's style.
We realize this is a family that loves to celebrate. They love great dinners.
Right.
They're a very communal group. When you come in here, what are sort of the things that you think a family like this needs in terms of furniture?
Well, first of all, this is a big family. So, like you said, I mean, this house, obviously, we were just talking to some of the family members, and they have big dinners here every Friday night with everyone invited. I mean, we even got invited. So
we're coming.
We're
on board for
right,
that.
I'm bringing a dessert.
Yes.
So we really want to make this as much of a home as possible for all of the people here. So, I mean, what we can do is provide this as centrally located location, like the living room.
Yeah,
give it a homey feel, an inviting feel, a relaxed feel to suit this family's needs. You know, we want to give all the kids that live in here, we want to get their bedrooms their own personal feel.
Let's talk about the girls' bedrooms.
Right.
A lot of things have to happen in there. They really want to feel like, they want to feel comfortable there. They want it to look good. What are your thoughts when you go into the bedrooms?
Well, I mean, these are all girls that are in college and high school, and you know, they're on their own. They want to have their own place to be. And I think with all of their different styles and needs, that we're going to have something that's going to give their bedroom their own feel that suits their styles as they grow and they want to have their own privacy, or they want to have friends over. You know, we're going to fix it up to where that they're going to be able to be proud of their rooms and be excited to go in it just on their own even.
The master bedrooms, obviously, those are of concern as well.
Right.
Also, you take into consideration color and design, and all of these things come together, and that's really what Ashley is really known for, is making a cohesive space for a family.
We have our design team members that come out here, and they will look at every room, and they'll measure every room, and they will basically say, how about we do this here, and how about we match with this color, and oh, you're into this, well, this goes very well with what you're wanting to do here. And so they really take into account all of your likes, your wishes, your styles, and they're able to put it all together. I mean, that's what we pay them to do, and they do a great job at it.
Well, Jennifer, we thank you so much for being on board
Thank
again.
you.
I
Thank
look
you for
forward
having
to
us.
what you do in this house.
Me
I know
too.
it's
I'm
gonna be
excited.
beautiful. Yes, I mean, and we'll see you at Jonathan's Barbecue.
Absolutely.
I'll bring a
Thank
cake, you bring a pie.
No, you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Welcome back to our 31st Mi Casa Makeover show. Well, Herbert's home sure needed a great deal of work inside and out. But before we get to the bottom of things, we've got to go to the top. Ray Boss Aldur, our sheet metal man, has some details about Herbert's roof.
So Herbert, I've got on top of the roof and I've assessed what we have to deal with here in the near future. But before I go any further, I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
It's a privilege to work with you and your family, and any investment that we put into you and your family is an investment into the community, and I'm very proud to be a part of this, okay?
Yes, thank you.
So, after we've walked your roof, I do notice that you have asphalt shingles, okay? The asphalt shingles, they actually absorb the heat. They actually get the heat and they hold it. So when I was up on top of your roof walking around, it was hot, brother. I mean, it was
I can imagine.
hot. So since the roof surface temperature is hot due to the asphalt shingles, your attic's gonna be hot.
Oh,
Since your
okay.
attic's hot, the inside of your home is hot. that means your AC is going to have to kick on and kick on. What my company does is we install metal roof systems strictly for residential homes for property owners like yourself. Because it's important to me, and it makes me happy to work for individuals like you to get your electricity bill down.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay? I assure you, once we have this sheet metal on top of your roof, your electricity bill is going to drastically change come summertime.
Wow.
And you're going to save a ton of money year in and year out from the point we finish putting this roof on. So let me tell you about some of the perks that come with the metal roof. Okay? First, I want to inform you, since you're the property owner, we do not remove the asphalt shingles. These asphalt shingles, they become your insulation board. Okay? When you put on a metal roof, that's part of a metal roofing system. And metal roofs are supposed to have an insulation board. Well, your insulation board, it's already there.
Be the asphalt.
Right, that's the asphalt. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some felt paper over the asphalt, then we're going to screw down your sheet metal, and that's going to help with the noise. Okay? If it hails, if it rains, you're not going to even know what's going on. Okay? It's going to be that quiet. You're going to be really happy.
That's what I always thought. With a metal roof, you heard everything that happened.
This is true to an extent, but not over your home. That's over a carport or a back patio. Okay, that's where there's no insulation board or decking. Okay? So that's where the misconception comes in. Okay? All right. Herbert Cobb, it was nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you also.
Welcome back to our 31st Mi Casa Makeover show. So we've gotten a good look around, and it seems as if this home is probably going to need some rewiring. I'm sure glad we got top-notch electric on board. Here's what owner Enrique Garza told me.
Well, nothing is more important in a house this size and with this many people than electricity. So we called on our friends at Top Notch Electric. Enrique Garza is here. Enrique, welcome to the Mi Casa Makeover.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. Now, you helped out on our last house. You donated some things. This project has been waiting on you here at the Cobb's residence. So you come in. What do you look at first here, Enrique?
The first thing that catches my eyes are the fixtures. They're all mixed-matched old fixtures.
Yeah.
That's what catches my eye.
Okay, I want people at home to know, first of all, what does Top Notch Electric do?
We're mainly about 95% commercial. We do about 5% residential with service calls, emergency calls. We do a lot of apartment complexes, stuff like that.
So people call you when they've got an outage or they need installation. What are the phone calls that you hear from people in the community when they say, Top Notch Electric, I need you?
Mainly meter loops, problems with their kitchen GFIs.
Now, what's a GFI, Enrique, for those of us who don't know that term?
It's a ground fault interrupter receptacle in the kitchen that you put it where anywhere you have water sources that might come in contact with your electricity, stuff like that.
So when you come into a house like this, you say one of the things you look at are the fixtures. What do you pay most attention to?
Whether they're working and if they're efficient, and I mean, you know, the age of them, you know, that's what draws your eye when you walk into the door. And
What did you notice about this house? It's been here for more than 20 years.
They look dated. They look like they're from 20 years ago. They got a couple of mismatched ones, so I think that's what we're gonna focus on, trying to get them up to date, get them either some compact fluorescent fixtures or some LED
And
fixtures.
sounds like when you talk about LED, you talk about saving money,
Energy
and
efficient.
being more efficient. Let's go out to that breaker box. When you go out, what are you looking for as an electrician?
To see if the wires are in working order, the breakers are in working order, the age of them, you know.
What did you notice about this one?
Here they have some water damage on the siding, which is making the service itself come apart from the house. So the panel is just hanging there holding on from the meter can. So there's a little bit of a danger. The wires can get damaged. Once the wires are damaged, then they're coming in contact with the panel and stuff like that, and they can cause some electrical shorts, electrical fires, things of those nature. And that's what we're trying to see we can get to first. Once we start working on it, that's probably the first thing that we're going to get to.
So you got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be time to get busy.
Yes.
Enrique, and to everybody, to your team at Top Notch Electric, we say welcome to this Mi Casa Makeover, and we appreciate all that you're doing.
I appreciate you guys having us.
Absolutely.
Thanks to our friends at Top Notch Electric. We sure can't wait to see how Herbert's home will be more energy efficient when it comes to that electricity bill. I think it's time we find out just how much Herbert is wasting on his current bills. So Herbert, what's your wattage? Albert can too. Finds out.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for What's Your Wattage? A lot has happened over the course of this show. We've had a lot of our sponsors come in and talk with Herbert about his windows, about the siding, about his appliances, about the home, the foundation of the home. I want to really talk about the energy in this home and how it's being used. And I got, of course, Mr. Herbert Cobb's here,
Yes.
our winner,
Yes.
our Mi Casa Makeover winner, of course. And we're sitting at the table. This is a table, of course, that means a lot to you, right? Because there's so much that happens right here. But I want to talk about your energy bills because you know the Mi Casa Makeover show is not only to give you something that is a home that you can be proud of, but it's one that's going to work for you and not against you. And I think that's what's been happening over the course of the years that you've been living here. Is this house has really taken a toll on your pocketbook in terms of energy consumption.
Right.
I pulled your energy consumption here before I got over here, and I wanted to take a look just to kind of get a feel for how you've been using it here. Your highest bill in this home was $365. How do you feel about that? I mean,
no, I feel broke.
You feel broke?
I feel broke.
I feel bad for you too. You know, this house is 1897 square feet, and so we figure for every 1,000 square foot of living space is about $100 in the summertime, right? So technically, you should have a bill that's maybe around $180, somewhere around there, right? Well, $365 is way out the box here, but there's several reasons as to why it's that way. One, you've got a big family. There's more folks in the home, right? You got grandkids that come in and out of the house.
Right.
Are they leaving doors open?
Oh yes, that's grandkids.
Are they touching your thermostat?
No, they don't touch the thermostat.
Smack their hand.
Yes.
Don't you touch that thermostat? But yeah, it's that whole thing. I mean, this is your home. This is where you live, and so there's a lot of activity going on. We had LGO services come out to your home. Do you remember when they came out? They did what's called the blower door test, and the blower door test puts the house under negative pressure, and what it does is it lets us know exactly where you're losing a lot of the energy and where a lot of the air leaks were at. 1897, you should be roughly, the CFMs that we pull, that number should be very close to that number. You were at 2212, which means that there's some air leaks in this house, and there's room definitely for improvement. We're talking about your windows, and we're talking about gaps and cracks in the walls and in the floors. I know that this floor was put in, and there's some areas that I can see where there's air coming in. So every time you turn on your air conditioning system, it puts the house under negative pressure the same. And what it's doing is when you got gaps and cracks in the walls like that, you're actually pulling in attic air into the home as well. And so your air conditioning thermostat reacts to that. It reacts to all the people in the home as well, and so that can create larger utility bills. So with the blower door test, we're able to pinpoint exactly where the problematic areas are, and then we can say, hey, sponsors, here's what we found, here's where we need to correct and make them better for you. So we want to try to make the house as energy efficient, as airtight as possible. And that's going to increase your comfort level as well. I'm excited about it. Are you excited?
I'm very excited about it.
I can't wait to see what your energy bills are going to look like. We're going to come back and visit you after all this is said and done. But in the meantime, on behalf of CPS Energy, I want to say congratulations.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
We are so happy for you.
Thanks so much for watching our Mi Casa Makeover show. We've got lots of work ahead of us and only a few months to get it done. We can't wait to show you the big reveal. Until then, this 31st Mi Casa Makeover is under construction. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
We're getting ready to take care of your house, man.